The way I'm wired, if I'm not working, I'm bored. Down bad shouldn't be the only time you talk to the Lord. So God bless and thank you. Different paths, you ain't me and I ain't you. Lead by example is bigger than me. Was my dog in high school, now he live in the streets. Seem like every time I find the last one, I'm missing a piece. Seem like every time I find the last one, I'm missing a piece.
What's going on, everybody? We back with another episode of Unquestionable The Podcast, and we here with KeepItPeezy, bro.
Yes, sir.
Shouts out to the boy for pulling up on us.
Come on, let's get it.
Mr. Make It Happen.
Yeah,
He pulled up on the kids.
General.
Yes, sir.
On a whim. Thanks for pulling up, bro.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, appreciate it. Last minute.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
Mm-hmm.
No, for sure, bro. But to start it off, give us a little bit of a background, like, your backstory, where you're from, what you do, and who you are, bro.
Stockton, California. I was born in San Diego, Oceanside, actually, but been in Stockton my whole life. That's where I'm from. Ain't really nothing to it, We can get deeper into it, but that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And tell us a little more about yourself. That, obviously you're into music. You got, your own clothing line. Like, tell us, like, kind of the origin story behind that stuff. Like, what got you into music? What got you where you're at today, bro?
It wasn't like one thing that got me into music. I feel like it was like a whole bunch of little things that got me to it. Growing up, my pops, he used to rap. I just remember riding around in the car. He'd be rapping in the car. That probably got me to it. Influenced by like movies like fucking 8 Mile, the battle rap, watching other rappers. And
Everybody
just the lifestyle,
in the 313.
really. It wasn't like I grew up wanting to be a rapper.
Yeah.
It was just like the shit that they had, I wanted that. So that's how I got into it.
It looked
And
cool.
then, even in high school, I had like friends that rapped and other local artists that I was like, okay, if y'all could do this, I could do this too. That's really how I got into it.
What year did you start, like, officially,
To pinpoint it, I couldn't be exact, but probably like 2016. Yeah.
You remember your first like studio session, or like your first session, like with the headphones on and behind the mic?
Yeah, I was at my boy's house. We was at my boy's apartment. He was rapping in high school, like I said, and I was just at his house, and I just got in there and tried it, and really went up from there. And then to go back, actually, we would always freestyle riding around in the car, and this is when Snapchat first hit, so somebody had put me on Snapchat freestyling, and everybody commented like, bro, you should rap, rap. Actually, to back it up even more now that I'm remembering, my pops, he had a computer at the house. So when I did actually first start rapping, it wasn't like a studio session, but when my pops would leave and go to work, my step pops, I would sneak on his computer. I get on GarageBand. I'd upload the beat off YouTube, or like it would be an instrumental.
Yeah.
I upload an instrumental, rap over it, no headphones, nothing, just like click
Beat on the
record,
speaker.
beat on the speaker, rap, and then I download it, save it to my phone, delete it so nobody would see it, and then I call my partner like, bro, pull up, you gotta hear this. I'll show him in the car, and that shit happened for probably like 30 days or however long it was. But he was like, bro, you gotta rap, you got it.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, all right, so.
At what point was you like, damn, you start feeling yourself a little bit like, okay, yeah, you kind of right. Like, that shit was kind of tough.
The reactions that I get from my friends, like, y'all, we just in here listening to it, and everybody like, that shit goes hard. So
Yeah.
That's dope, bro. That's dope.
And like going on YouTube, like what were your type beats that you would look up, like your early days,
At the time, bro, like when I got into the music, I would say a lot of it was like the Chirac shit, just because that's what was popping at the time,
like some drill,
Mozzie and shit, drill shit.
Okay.
But to even go farther than that, I grew up off of like Meek Mill. I was hella tough on Meek Mill, and like what I just rapped right now, like that type of shit, that was really clean to me. So so
and Meek Mill go hard.
That
for
dream
sure.
chaser shit.
Those mixtapes had me headlocked as a kid.
2 and 3, bro, had me in a chokehold for sure.
No, for sure. He put me on Tory Lanez dumb early. Like, the shit he would put out in like early mixtapes, he'd have Tory Lanez on hooks, Tory Lanez on verse. And
he was spitting too. Meek Mill was tough, bro. He was.
Hell yeah.
you could just feel it.
That's what it was.
So that's
exactly
why
too.
when you listen to my music, at least some of my music, because I like to switch it up and shit, it'd be shit that you could really feel.
Yeah,
anybody,
for sure,
any of y'all could feel it.
No, I noticed that you like switch up sonics, like you said, you switch up different sounds, but you still remain kind of true to that, like, bro, you're talking the real shit. Like, you're talking some shit that it's motivating, but it also, like, somebody's gonna feel it, like, Tell us
Yeah.
some of your like inspirations of what, you know, made you get that style. Because everybody has their own style of like
Yeah.
context of like what they talk about. What gave you, you know.
I'll go back to saying like Meek Mill, Lil Snoop, like that type of
Yeah,
music.
RP Lil Snoop, that
And,
boy went hard too.
I don't know, maybe just the shit that I was going through. I couldn't really tell you, but it would just come out in the music. That shit like therapy for me.
Mm-hmm.
And
like,
I don't
was-
like to talk about certain shit, but when I get on the mic, I'll just express it.
Is it easy?
It's
And that's what I was
easy.
gonna ask. Like, is it comfortable for you to just like be vulnerable like that behind the mic?
Behind the mic, yeah,
Yeah.
because nobody listening.
Yeah.
In that freestyle y'all gonna hear on here, I think I said on there, I said something about the mic, the only thing, or I said the mic know the most about me. It's the only one I ever vent to. Because, you know, nobody listen. I'm talking to myself, so.
Yeah.
I want to keep it real. We be keeping up with you and stuff. I seen the post with Lil Bean, bro. How was that that man? I gotta
That
ask
shit
about
was
that.
fire, bro. That shit
Yeah.
was dope. To actually dive deep into
Yeah,
it.
I wanted like, how did that happen, bro? Like, walk us through, how
I've
that
been
happened.
I've been a fan of the Bay Area music, like Lil Peep, Lil Bean, Yee, Zay Bang, all that shit, because they
Yeah,
actually get into
Shout out to
that
Bay.
therapeutic.
Oh, yeah.
You feel it. So that,
bro.
Yeah, we're Big E fans around here.
Big
for
E
sure.
fans,
We love
me too,
for
bro.
sure,
Yeah,
bro.
we love Bean too, Pete.
Bean,
Everybody.
bro,
The whole
all of
Bay.
them.
all of it.
Yeah.
So
Fuck
that
with
was
'em.
like and everybody would tell me like that's your swag, like get into
Yeah.
that. I don't do
I
the
see that, yeah.
I don't do the like melodic shit, but just like the storytelling
Yeah,
shit.
for
But
sure.
I've been a big fan. I tapped in with him. He ain't even hit me back at first. I think I was just riding around listening to his shit and I was feeling it. How like I feel my own music. Like damn, this shit won't hit. So I posted a story and I tagged him like, and I said somebody tapped me and I gotta get on a song with bro. And then my reach kind of it goes a long way. So a few of my homies hit me like, oh I know bro, or people I didn't even know that fuck with me like, oh I know whoop de whoop, I know him. So they all tapped in and then he ended up tapping back in with me and like let's get on something. That's how that happened. The video he pulled up to Stockton by himself, real nigga, man. Fucking that shit was dope. Also, I'm like, I didn't get to rap with bro like I wanted to because I'm like directing. I got 3 cameramans there. I do everything myself, so I got 3 cameramans there. The building we at, I'm talking to the building owner. I'm talking to the security to pull the cars up. I got a Rolls-Royce Lamborghini in my name. I can't get these bitches towed. Fuck, it's just a lot of shit going on that I'm
you
controlling.
gotta
So I ain't
be-
really
yeah.
get to talk to him like I wanted to, but it was a dope experience.
Yeah.
No, that was dope, bro. Seeing a Rolls in a lamb truck in
You don't
Stockton
see
was
that type of
crazy,
shit.
bro.
And that's what he
And
said
so,
too.
Yeah.
Like the homies got to talk to him more than I did because they in the back chilling. I'm directing, making sure
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
cool. But he was telling them too, like, you don't get to see this part of Stockton. Like, you think of Stockton, you think bad. You think fucking everything that you see, but you don't. That shit ain't regular. And I would have told him like this: you ain't gonna see this unless you with me for real. Like, nobody's doing that type of shit over there.
Yeah. No, we thought he was gonna pull up in one of them. We was looking, we was peeping. We was like, what's he pulling up in?
No, when I saw that video, I was like, the Rolls in the lamb in the 209, that's crazy. Because like you
Yeah.
I
said,
didn't
you
make
only
it-
see it down I-5 maybe if somebody's taking the
Maybe. You
trip
ain't
to
gonna see
LA
no
or
rose
something.
coloring it.
Yeah.
And the thing too,
Not
I
the
had to
coloring,
grab the coloring, bro, because I could. There was on the
It was a
lamp.
must. It was a must.
And that shit happened like, I hit bro like, bro, we gotta shoot this video that day. We recorded a song a long time ago, but he busy. He got his own shit going on. And he hit me like, let's record today. I'm like, today? Like, let's do it. Give me like a couple of days. And then we ended up having to do it that day. So I'm like, man, let's go get the coloring in and really just put it together, bro. I had to make a statement with that one.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Nah,
For real.
and for sure you did, because I mean, like we're all saying, I mean, it's not every day you see that type of shit in the 209, let alone how far the reach goes out here all the way to Galt, back to Elk Grove and shit. It's a big
Set
statement.
everything, bro.
Shit's crazy to bring Bean out here. It was a hard, tough move.
Yeah, that's how you gotta do it for real.
No, and talking about collaborations, bro, I seen you've worked with DeeBaby, bro. You worked with Phoenix. You worked with MB Nail. You worked with so many, artists that we fuck with. Like, tell us about some of the processes and some of them that like are most special to you. Even the Pete song, fire. I know that's an old one, but
Just networking, bro. I'm into hustling and business, so I know you got to spend money to make money. And just the connections that I have. Like, I'd be all over the place, all over the world. And, like, the Detroit shit, I already was going out there fucking with, like, Baby Money's people. So that's kind of how that came apart. But he also seen my Thizzler freestyle and commented on it. and I tapped in with him, and I already knew his brother, so I'm like, oh, you know, I told bro, like, you know, it just a whole bunch of like other people telling him. I don't know how you would say that, but that's how that happened. That was dope. The Lil Pete, same situation. DeeBaby was more just, I fucked with DeeBaby, so I tapped in like, what you want for a verse type shit.
And DeeBaby go hard. I fuck with DeeBaby. He tough.
Me too, bro. I fuck with DeeBaby. We were supposed to shoot a video, but he never hit me back.
Yeah, that's tough too. He going on tour with NBA.
Yeah.
So that should be a crazy tour too.
But my favorite experience, though, to get back to the question, would be the Lil Bean one.
That's fun.
It was more like genuine. You know what I mean?
And even seeing the vlog, bro, like y'all had all your people out there and shit. Like that's motivating to not only like you seeing that like shit, I'm really doing it, but also to all the people around you that are seeing like shit, he's really doing it. All it takes is just investing in myself. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
And you know, to go from that, I kind of wanted to ask you about that. Like obviously hustle runs deep, whether it goes through your music, your merch, everything, bro. Like what do you credit that hustle mentality to? Like
my mama, bro. Strictly to my mama and my family, like, and getting back to like what we was talking about off camera, like I grew up a lot different than a lot of people, not to like shade anybody or make it seem like I'm better than anybody, but a lot of my peers and shit or just people that I be around or people that I know, they didn't grow up like me, bro. I grew up working on a roof, coming from like a hardworking family, people owning businesses, roofing, landscaping, concrete. Even if it's a 9-to-5, my mama was slaving by herself, single parent. So I grew up on the roof working. I knew how to drive a tractor before I knew how to drive a car. Laying cement, grout when I'm little, 7 years old, you feel me? So that's really where my grind comes from, my family and my mama.
No, that's dope.
That's dope. Yeah, nowadays, I mean, it seemed a little more rare too with the whole social media generation, the fucking younger cats, all they want to do is just be on the phone and shit. It's rare that you have an upbringing like that, or you meet someone that was kind of raised like that. Yeah,
and I feel like my generation was like the turning point of it. You know, like I seen like growing up, YouTube wasn't a big thing and content and all that shit wasn't a big thing, but it was transitioning into that. So I feel like last of the 90s babies, I was in 99.
Yeah. Facts.
So, yeah. No, I'm like right there in that fucking, but I was one of the good ones, not the fucking iPad baby.
Nah, shit. I mean, well, we fucking me and him, we 97 babies. I be talking my shit all the time. I'm like, I'm a 90s baby. So 3 years before 2000.
I be telling people, I'm the last of a dying breed.
Come on.
Yeah, it's crazy. They be saying that people be like getting called unk status if you like, you know, below the 2000s, you're unk. You seen that?
Yeah,
Motherfuckers be getting called unk and shit because you born before the 2000s. Like,
bro, that shit. I forgot what my little sister told me because I don't know what I was talking about. I think it was like Fairly Odd Parents, bro. I bring up like Fairly Odd Parents, and she was like, like that's so late 2000s. I'm like, what?
Late?
It's like early 2000s. I'm like, damn, that's making me feel old. I'm 26, 25 years old.
All right, so on this topic then, what's YN, what's Unk, what's old head? What's big bro?
Yeah,
give me the age gas. Give me the age gas right now.
Your perspective on that.
Come
on. YN? I mean, nowadays, probably like 15, bro. YN's 15.
They be bad, bro. They be bad as fuck.
Like around that age. They be like, they be younger than that. But I would say up to like 18 or something like that. 17, you a YN. And then what's after that?
Shit, after the
big
YN is
the big bro.
Bro. I feel like I'm in my big bro status right now.
Me too. At the late big bro, but I'm like, until I'm 30, I ain't claiming that.
Honestly, bro, I hear people say this all the time. And maybe I say this because when I get older, I don't want to be called it, but I would say you unk when you 40. You know?
Yeah.
Chilling when you
somebody who's actually like
that's what I'm kind of thinking too. I'm like, big bro, it don't stop at 30.
I grew up off of my unks. Like I said, I didn't have my pops, so like, and I had a great family foundation. So I grew up off a game from my unks, and they was around that age. So them real unks to me. I don't know what everybody else think.
And that old head hit that 50. In my
it's that social media shit though.
You see that video that NBA posted? They're all like, if you're older than 2003, you're
I think I did
like they saw all that. Only one of them said 40. I was like, damn, are we really that old at this point?
Nah, it's just the younger generation, bro. They just see it a lot differently. Because I mean, like he just said, like the same thing for me back in the day. I mean, when you're growing up, the Unks is like 40 years old.
Yeah.
And then
True
you
that,
like
true
you
that.
look at fucking people that are our age back then, and you're just like, oh, that's just like older bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I feel like everything nowadays is way faster paced. Like people getting money younger. I mean,
It's
you be
crazy
seeing.
too,
I think
yeah.
just this year, when like the promotions and shit was happening, high school promotions, I seen kids coming to school with 100K. I'm like, niggas wasn't doing that before.
Yeah,
Nah,
that prom
facts.
was stacks. Like,
I felt like I was getting money.
At
in high
prom
school.
with the
I ain't have
Rolls-Royce
nothing
and
like
shit.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
The thing is that I feel like back when we were younger, everything was kind of separated. Like social media now, everybody's intertwined into kind of one big like mesh thing now. It's like
And
it was
everybody
like
has
really
access to it.
separated. Like
Yeah.
you know, everybody's not being exposed to Meg the Stallion fucking shaking it. Like you know, like some crazy shit. Like you
No,
know,
that's fact.
that's like people are like actually watching shit that's their age. Like,
Yeah.
you feel me?
Oh, you
Yeah.
know that's right. It was.
Yeah,
It
like,
was like.
it was really separated. Like two
It ain't
age
restricted
groups.
no more. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and you
it's
can't
a free
hide
for all
that shit
now,
from
yeah.
them either. So
Yeah, that's why you see the little ass 7-year-olds and shit. And like he said, they listening to Meg Thee Stallion and fucking shit that we probably wouldn't even be able to listen to
Yeah.
back in our day. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah,
That's
I
how
don't
you
even
get
like to
dick?
be on social
No,
media
no,
like that. I
sure.
just do because I'm an artist and I try to stay in tune, try to not be an OG.
nah. And I think what he said hits the nail on the head right there is access. Like they have access to so many different things that we didn't have as much access to. Like even coming out of college during COVID, I remember just seeing like what other people were doing, or you know, just you have so much access to see like people your age that are doing different things or whatever. And you know, comparison's a thief of joy. You put yourself in their shoes and be like, why can't I do that? And I remember like out of college, I'd go to my mentors and be like, I don't know what to do. Like, I feel like I could get this job, but everything's not going my way, type shit like that. And he'd be like, bro, everybody your age just doesn't relax, like doesn't realize that it's a journey. Like it takes time. Like you don't need to be, you know, established in your career that first year of your career. Everybody expects that. And I think even when you were rapping earlier, you
I was
said,
just about to get to that. To roll into the next point, I said if I met my young self, I'd tell him just don't rush.
Yeah.
But at the same point, in 10x everything you doing, it kind of don't make sense, but it's more like don't rush it. You know, think about it.
Invest
but
in the journey.
10x everything you're doing.
Yeah, make it more impactful.
Be consistent
rather than
and don't waste your time because you'll blink and that shit'll fly by.
No, definitely. If you're not looking at that, like we're so focused sometimes because of that accessibility, we're focused on the finish line rather than understanding like, hey, don't rush,
grind.
focus on the goal and 10x it. Like you said, just, you know, do more than what you're doing now. And I guarantee that finish line will come to you quicker,
And, then,
you know?
and it's the funnest part to me. You know, I ain't got to my end goal, but I definitely love it. You know, I don't want to quote paid in full, but I really love hustling. Like that shit is fun. The grind is really fun to me.
Facts.
No, bro, and you exude that in your music, in your merch, and everything you do, bro. Like your Can't Fake Real Motion album,
can't
even
fake it at all.
like the contents of what you were talking about, that established
to it?
1999
That's
song
my
is
dog.
fire. That's what I was gonna say,
Appreciate
bro. That
that.
song was fire. You came into like another like lane in a
bag.
sense,
Different,
sonically,
yeah.
but like, bro, you met it where it was at.
I
You hit
try
it,
to
yeah.
like when I drop my music to just roll into that since we just talking. But when I drop my albums, it's like a pro and a con though too. Like I feel like everybody when they drop, it's always like their genre. Like that's every song sounds the same to me. I try to like if you listen to any of my albums, like the first song ain't gonna sound like the next one or the next one. I might have like a highlight of 4 songs that sound the same, but I really try to mix it up all the time to hit different audiences and shit like that. But some people don't like that. Some people are like, nah, stay in this bag.
Yeah.
But the reason why you saying stay in this one, somebody else liking the other one. So I just try to give it to them all.
Trying to please everybody at once.
Trying to please everybody.
Hardest
at
part
once.
about the game, huh?
And it's like you're packaging the same shit just with a different wrapping paper almost. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the shit, you're still saying shit that cuts through the beat that you gonna hear and be like, damn, bro, like shit, I gotta pick up the shovel. I gotta get moving. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
and then,
real shit.
And then even to roll into that, like I know what's hot right now, like the whole EBK Cali drill music. Like everybody love that shit. So the song I just dropped yesterday, Can't Relax. If you listen to it, it's like that type of beat, that type of tempo. But I'm talking like how I do. You know, trying to get into what's hot, but give my story at the same time. You know what I mean? And people are liking that one.
No, for sure, because you're making it your own. Like, you know what I'm saying? And really creating that brand of Keep It Peezy and who you are as a, not only an artist, but as a brand, bro. And that's shit is consistent through everything,
and you
bro.
saying that is crazy just because I feel like I've been telling him and just other people, like, when I was telling y'all before, for a long time, I was trying to like please everybody else and make music for everybody else. Yes, it was for me, but I'm like trying to please everybody else. And like right now where I'm at with the brand, with the music, I'm just doing me. And people love it, and I know that people love it. It might not be as much as I want to, but I have a core fan base that's gonna stand with me forever just because they love the energy, the emotion, the realness that comes out of it. So that's my role. Everybody has their own character to play in a sense. Like everybody has their own, I don't even know how you would say it. Like they're your own, you know them for a certain reason, and that's me. Just being authentic and genuine and trying to motivate people.
No, definitely. And the same reason that Meek Mill hit you so hard when you were growing up is the same reason you're hitting your fans. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you got to stay true to that and just keep 10xing it, like you said, bro, because it's going to pay off. That shit is going, bro, for real.
That. Yeah, I was gonna talk about, speaking on the topic of branding and stuff like that. I see the merch, you rocking it, bro.
Yeah, got to, bro.
Yeah, you gotta
living it hard.
Can't make real emotion. That's factual. That's
walk us.
Y'all got it.
Yeah, walk us through a little bit too, like the brand, what you got,
the name,
like how it started.
The meaning, everything.
Yeah.
Let's go back to, I'm a hustler, bro. It's just in me. So like when I first started music, I don't know. I might be wrong, but 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 to 7 years ago, if you go all the way back to my first drops, I had on KeepItPeezy or Keep It Pushing merch. I was always, let's even go back deeper than that to where I said, I come from a family of hustlers, whether it was slaving from a 9 to 5 on the roof, doing whatever. I've always had that hustle drive in me, but watching everybody slave and still not have money and struggle, or like, not living like everybody else. I wanted to live like lavishly. Like I wanted I wanted something different. I don't want to do that. I could do it for sure. I could jump in any lane and I'm gonna excel to the top of it. But I want free time. But to roll over to the music and then to the merch, I was just always branding, trying to push myself farther, make some money off of merch. If I'm rapping and everybody's watching me, they're gonna buy these t-shirts. Here you go. You feel me? And then
that's the mentality.
And then for years, bro, I would try to find something other than KeepItPeezy because y'all don't want to walk around with KeepItPeezy on your shirt. You feel me? Like, not everybody does. Maybe you would one day, but you can't wear that shit everywhere. Yeah. So I was always looking for like a brand. I used to have, when I first started, if you go all the way back, I wasn't always like this, talking like this. I was into bullshit and I went to prison, bro. Just hella shit, deeper than that. But on the first merch, I had KeepItPeezy with a Draco on it for the K. And like I said, I'm a black sheep in my family. I come from a hardworking family. But I see my grandpa wearing my shirt because they just support anything I'm doing. But my grandpa, like, come on, bro, I'm telling you, I'm the black sheep. These are hardworking men, you feel me, that built the foundation. He wearing a Draco just to support me. And I'm like, man, I can't have grandpa walking around with a Draco on his shirt.
When they're looking at him like walking in the vein.
Come on, man. So,
that's funny,
So I branched off to that, did something else. To fast forward, because that's the story itself, to get to Can't Fake Real Motion, I was just rapping one day and I was in my bag. I was in my zone, just blacked out, rapping. And at the end of the song, I was just, when you talk shit on the song, I'm not even rapping no more, but the beat on, I was like, man, you can't fake this shit. Can't fake real motion or whatever. I still didn't even think of nothing. I sent the song to the homies and then my boy hit me back because he know I've been looking for something. He was like, C.F.R.M. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then he was like, you said can't fake real motion on your song. That's it. And I'm like, you right, that's hard. So, and then it went up from there. And it's really a statement. It's a movement. Like, you can wear that shit anywhere. You guys got motion. What we doing right now, this is motion. If you get up and you go to work every day, 9 to 5, you got motion. If you print tees up, you got motion. So, and you can't fake that shit. You know, like, you just can't fake it. So,
it's either you're doing it or you're not.
You're doing it or you're not, and it's gonna show, like I said.
I fuck with that. No,
that's dope, bro.
I fuck with that.
And I feel like too, like I've been listening to you too since like 2018, 2019.
For real, that's tight.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like I remember your YouTube videos with the KeepItPeezy merch and all that.
Okay, so you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know what shit you're talking about. And all that.
That's tight.
But I remember too, you didn't have like a lot of your music on like Spotify and iTunes too. And I remember like it was probably like 2020 or something, or maybe like COVID era. You dropped hella music on Spotify, and like you came back. I felt like you didn't do music for a while too.
I didn't.
Because I remember too, I seen somewhere too, you were talking like how you didn't even need rap to make music. Like you was just hustle made. To make money, sorry. You didn't need rap to make money. And so and I was like, damn, so what more does he do? And I remember like, going on your Instagram, I'm like, oh, this dude be doing more than just rap. But he he really true to what he's talking about, like in his music too. Like he's not lying. You know what I mean?
Nah, yeah.
To where like I listen to, I'm like, oh man, this is motivating me crazy to like get to pushing on what I'm trying to do.
You
You know?
gym tonight.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
dope,
whatever
bro.
it was.
That's what I
too.
do it for. That's a gift and a curse too, though. Like, I hate to say it like that, but like, I don't have to make music to make money, but this is what I want to do, and I know how far I can go. And like, I got bills to pay, bro. I got mortgage. I got people that I take care of that depend on me. So I can't only do music because I don't make too much money from this shit, and I only put money into it, chasing the dream that I'm doing. I make money otherwise, but I pour it into this, into everything else. So like that being said, chasing a dream requires 100% focus, and like hustling requires 100% focus, and other life requires that too. So juggling all that at one time, selling merch, hustling, trying to create a business, trying to be the biggest rapper, I was inconsistent as fuck. Yeah.
That's
so,
real
like I
as
said,
fuck,
it's a
though.
gift and a curse. It's pro and a con.
That's real, bro. Because I mean, nowadays too, with the whole social media and shit, like we were talking about, you see rappers that are just faking the funk. You know what I mean? They making it seem like, oh yeah, they're just that pop and they're
time of their life.
getting paid off of this and that, and then they're just living a life. But for you to come out and just be like, nah, I do it because
Really
that's my
bad about
dream.
it.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Nah,
I make money other ways, but it's like, I mean, that's motivational even for everybody out there who your fans, who listen to you, who follow you, who you inspire. Like to show them that it's like, nah, behind the Instagram, the pictures, the photos, and all this, like I'm a real hustler, bro. This is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
This is what I want to do.
Exactly.
Sure.
You're working your
Yeah.
ass off to put yourself in the position so
I
you
work
can
my
do
ass
it.
off, and people think like it's easy. I make it look easy, and then two, I don't get on podcast. I don't do this. I don't get on. I don't tell my side of the story. But everybody's always coming to me like my life's perfect. You feel me? Or like I can just fix everything because you only see what I post. Instagram, you get on anybody post. It's only highlights of your life on Instagram. You don't know the backstory, so it's like that shit's hard. I'm telling you, juggling everything at one time is not easy.
No, definitely. And, you know, amidst all that chaos and having to juggle so many things at one time and, you know, seem like a perfectionist to where you put your all into every single thing. How do you stay grounded and take time for yourself, bro? Like, how do you?
Gym.
Okay.
The gym, there you go. I actually have seen your gym journey too.
Yeah,
Like,
bro, it's been a big health journey, so I want to touch on that for sure.
I remember that you was.
I was big.
Yeah,
You posted the other day on your story, Big Peasy.
Big Peasy, there you go. Hell
But yeah, that's how I stay grounded. I wanted to say something else right now, but I hella forgot. But what you was asking me with that question right now?
No, just like, you know, amidst all that chaos, you know, how do you stay grounded? How do you take time for yourself?
Time for myself. But I don't get time for myself. I take care of so much shit. But going to the gym, like I say, it's not like, I tell people all the time, I love looking good, you feel me? Like being healthy. But like I really go for my mental and like to stay grounded, bro. Like to stay disciplined. The shit that I do, the shit that anybody does. I hate to highlight me, but like, if you want to take care of business, you have to be disciplined. There's no fucking way around it. Discipline beats motivation every single time. There's no shortcut. And I tell people that come to me all the time asking me about this, that, and the third, go to the gym. You're going to have to be, even if they're overweight, if they're not overweight, it's not for your weight. It's not for looking good. It's the fact that I hate going to the gym, bro. Like I do love it, but I fucking hate waking up, going to the gym. I don't want to go every day. Like, I go every day. I don't want to go. So waking up every morning, having a fucking shit day, having everything in my life going bad, but just still making myself go to the gym makes everything else easier. It keeps me grounded. It's like, okay, I did what I didn't want to do. So anything else that's challenging me, what is it? Like, it's nothing to me. I've already went and knocked this out, this heavy ass workout. I really be working out. I don't just go in there and be fucking around. So it makes everything easier for me.
Yeah.
That's a good mentality to have too, because you hear a lot of people talking about it, but I mean, coming from me specifically, bro, it speaks volumes. And just like how you're saying that, like I think, who am I quoting when I say it's like people think that because you have discipline, you have no freedom. You know what I'm saying? But the discipline brings the freedom.
Yeah,
Rex like Rush.
Rex like Rush. Shout out Rex. Shout out Rex.
Yeah, I tell people too, like, when people ask me shit like that, of like, how do you stay grounded? How do you do this? How do you do that? Like, why do you go to the gym? It's to better anything in my life, where there's going to the gym is the best thing I could have ever did. Like just being on that type of path, getting my discipline is the best thing I could have ever did for myself. Because like creating a better you will create everything else in your life better. You can't like, I can't help a different situation. I can't help my business. I can't help my relationship. I can't help nobody if I can't help myself. So creating a better you will create everything in your life better. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, for sure. It translates. Whether it goes into work or anything else, like that not only determination, but discipline, like you said, having to wake up and do something like, fuck, I don't want to. But you always feel better right after. You're like, fuck, I got it out the way. I got it out the way.
The best workouts is when I don't want to be there. And speaking of it, bro, today, I'm not making this shit up. Today, I woke up late. I went to the gym at like 12 o'clock. It's Friday. Went to the gym. I get a bad phone call about some business shit that didn't happen that I ain't going to speak about. I'm walking in the gym having a bad phone call. I start stretching. I'm still on this bad phone call. I can't even work out, so I leave. I go outside, left. I go outside, sat in the car, call somebody else, still talking about the same topic that's otherwise. But after that, I sat in my car and I'm like, fuck, I'm already hell late. I'm just about to leave. Like, I ain't gonna work out today. But I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow. That's the discipline kicking in. So I go back in, I do my workout, and I felt great. So that'd be the best times when I don't want to go. That'd be the best times for me.
Yeah, you just feel better when you be like, damn, I hella didn't want to be here.
But I did it.
Either way, yeah.
So that translates to everything else. You don't want to be in these situations, but you do it. You know, everybody stops chasing their dream. Everybody stops doing something when it gets hard. But like to be able to train yourself to push through that, that's where you're going to be great. That's where every time I hit a wall and like, I know like, fuck, I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to quit doing this. I know a lot of people reached this point and stopped. And that's why I didn't get that far. So if I just keep pushing through that, shit, it's only up from there.
I'm about to say, there ain't no ceiling when you got that mentality.
You only fail when you quit for real.
Exactly.
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
Factual. That's
it's
the
like life
only
insurance.
way you can fail. The only way you can fail is if you stop. If you stop. Like,
exactly. That's the only way somebody could say, oh, remember when you did that? Like, if you're still doing it, bro, you still got the motion. Fuck it.
Like I'm
Keep it
still
going.
doing this shit.
Nah, for real. But obviously, it sounds like you're very into investing in yourself, whether that be mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, anything. Bro, like, where do you get that from? And what's your advice to other people who might struggle with that same thing? Because I think that's the younger generation. They struggle to.
You saying where I get that mentality from?
Yeah, and invest in yourself. You know, so many people, that's where they stop chasing their dream is because when the dollar signs that come up with it or the mental heartache that comes with it or things of that nature, what keeps you pushing through?
I couldn't really tell you where I got it from. Like, just going back into the first question, the hustle to grind from my family, from my mom, seeing shit that I didn't want, like seeing other people, even for the gym, bro, seeing other people older, unhealthy, going to the doctor, overweight, having to do this. I don't want to do that when I was 240. Like I said, I was going down that path. A few more years. By the time I was 40, bro, I would have been unhealthy, unhappy. I see it. I see it all the time. I go to the store, you see it. I don't want to be that. So that's why I changed that. And then even money-wise, people come to me all the time, struggling, like unhappy, have no time for themselves and don't have no money because you at work, slaving for somebody else. I don't want to be that. So that's really where my motivation comes from. Like, I just want different for myself. And like, it's not just for me. Like, if you know me, you know I do this for everybody around me, bro. Like my whole family, my whole camp, everybody that helps me, bro. I'm doing this for. I hate to hear them conversations. I hate all of that. Even just people I don't know. I would love to help everybody's situation, but I can't. So that's why I chase this music shit so hard too. It's not just for me at all. Yes, you got to be selfish. I would tell somebody that you have to be selfish, not in a bad way, but like I said, create a better you. It's going to create everything else better. For a long time, I would try to, like I said, please everybody else. And not just in music, in hustling, in business, in fucking whatever it was. I was always, here you go, bro. You take this, I'm not going to eat. Or here you go, I'm going to give you this so you can go do this, but I'm not going to make nothing, but I just want to help you. Or here's some money. You can't pay your bills. I'm going to give you some money. You think I got it all, but I don't. You feel me? But I'm still going to give it to you because that's the type of person I am. But it always bit me in my ass in the end. So that's why I'm able to speak now and say, be selfish, you know?
And man, one thing that I'm getting from it is persistence is key. You you're just exuding persistence, bro. We're talking about you staying up with music. You say you just dropped a song yesterday. What, like, for the people who, you know, fans and stuff like that, what are you working on? What's coming up next? Anything out? Like, update the people, update us. What's going on with, as far as like music wise and stuff?
Music wise, singles, videos. I got that Bean video about to drop.
Yep.
I really have a tape. I don't know when I'm gonna drop it yet. I want to keep dropping singles and build a buzz, then drop that tape. And just consistent work, bro. You're gonna see me on Instagram way more. Like I said, I'm trying to be way more consistent. That would probably be my biggest like lack or downfall that I had, is not being consistent. So yeah, you're just gonna see me a lot more doing this. Shit, this is my second time being on an interview podcast. But yeah, it's a lot more work.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see more vlogs?
Yep.
Yes,
sure.
sir. Yes, sir.
I think we might have to spotlight the first
real.
first ever KeepItPeezy freestyle on Unquestionable The Podcast. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all
on.
ready
Yeah.
to move into it, but
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Come on.
y'all
Okay.
ready? And we can, you know, cut it right there and then allow that to go into it and stuff like that.
Wait, one question before we get started. What's the Peasy verse going for nowadays? What's the feature going for?
The cold part is like, I really be taxing, bro. I be taxing because I don't be like, if you notice, I don't do verses like that.
Yeah.
Cause I don't need to, and like I don't be liking people's music or what they talk about. So it's more like if I fuck with you, and like I fuck with what you pushing, or I fuck with you as a person, then I'm gonna just do it. But like to a random person, I feel like it's high for me, 5 bands, because I don't really want to do it, and I know they probably don't want to pay it. You feel me?
Does that go into consideration? Like you're like, I'm gonna tax him harder just so he can probably push off and be like,
for sure.
I don't want to
That's
do
really
it.
why. If it's somebody I completely have no interest into, I'm gonna just tax him because I know he's not gonna want to do it, and if he does do it, I'm gonna take 5,000 for sure. Then I'll go do it. Like, then it's worth it for me. If not, I don't really want to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm not hungry. I'm hungry. I'm not. Like, I don't need it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I ain't gonna do $500. You feel me?
Y'all see that video where a rapper, I forgot who, maybe Exhibit or somebody, they're like, yeah, it was 20,000 until too many whack motherfuckers got 20,000 and went up to
Exactly.
40,000. Too many whack motherfuckers had 40,000. I had to go up to 50,000.
Yeah, straight up.
That's funny.
No, that's how
Bring
it
me
be, bro.
20,000 all day. I'll sit here and make verses all
He's
night.
like, be trash as fuck. I'll write
Shit,
you
you
the
might
hardest
do 4 of
verse.
them.
I'll give you my hardest verse. You can bring me 20,000.
No, but with that being said, let's think
do
you
it.
got your hardest verse. Let's hear it right now. Come on.
I wrote this shit on the way here, so I'm gonna read it off the phone.
When you hit rock bottom, the only way is up. I had it broke so many times, so I'm careful who I trust. Ain't gonna always go your way, learn to adjust. In the gym, get my mind right. Looking good, just be a plus. If I met my young self, I'd tell him just don't rush. And 10x everything you doing. Practice every day until it's fluent. It'll happen if it's meant to. This mic know the most about me, only one I ever vent to. The vision crystal clear, 2020 lens view. I've helped every soul around me, they just pretend to. I wake up every day like the rent do. I'm moving with a purpose. 95% of the time, it's not what you see on the surface. Move teas like dope, we cook them and serve them. I done risked it for the biscuit and burnt them, but still took a step forward. They be scared to fail, they living in horror. This shit hit like raw dope. My flow's sick, you can't wash it with soap. I can't fail, I'm some people's only a hope. I'm tired of y'all glorifying this fake shit. I can't even respect the niggas you make rich. If it don't follow through, it was a great risk. Times I wanna quit, but I'm too far, so I can't. Feel like I got a loaded gun, but I'm shooting in blanks. Stomach turning, feel like I'm doing some planks. I'm hungry, but I want more. The way I'm wired, if I'm not working, I'm bored. Down bad shouldn't be the only time you talk to the Lord. So God bless and thank you. Different paths, you ain't me and I ain't you. Lead by example is bigger than me. Was my dog in high school, now he live in the streets. Seem like every time I find the last one, I'm missing a piece. Seem like every time I find the last one, I'm missing a piece.
Yeah.
Laid it down.
Talk your
Made it
shit.
one
Right there, for sure.
Oh, no,
That was that
shit,
take. That was
bro.
that take.
Sir,
Came
sir.
through and slid, bro. We appreciate you for sure.
I feel like I'm doing
Appreciate you.
planks.
I'm hungry. I want more.
Spin on that
So
one.
is that one coming out soon, or what can we?
Yep. I couldn't tell you a day. Like I said, I was writing that bitch on the way over here, so gotta get some content, shoot a video for that, and it'll be out real soon for sure.
Nah, speaking of content, bro, let's talk more about content. What's your vision for the content moving forward? Like we said earlier, bro, we'd love to help or pull up, get some content for you, whatever
Some
needed.
behind the scenes, some vlogs going on. For
24 hours with Peasy, you know?
Yeah, let's do it. I wouldn't say I have a plan of what I want to do. I just know I need more content, shit like this. Whether I want to get more into me because I know people want to hear my story. Hearing the music is great, but like I feel like going back to like Larry June, people love his music. I'm not saying people don't, but people love him as a person. Or like Burner, people love him as a person, what he does, and I feel like that's kind of my lane. Like I'm not the artist that's just gonna drop and do 1 million views, but people love me as a person, so they listen to my music, you know?
Yeah.
So I want to get more into like not just uploading a reel at the gym with my music in the background, more of me talking and letting you get to know me, riding around in the car, printing up t-shirts. I just did that clothing drop, damn near sold out. I was kind of vlogging the whole thing. I myself, I can have somebody else do it, but I want to pull up and give you the shirt.
That.
It's a different, genuine connection. People taking pictures with me, people seeing me like just that is real. It's all, I'm not faking it. C.F.R.M. But I vlogged that. I want to make like a reel out of that, just so people can see the inside, bro, not just the music.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. You pulling up, dropping up straight.
Everybody kept telling me that, and even some people was like, "Bro, you shouldn't be doing that. You have somebody, you bigger than that. Have somebody else doing that." But no, I'm not.
It goes a long way.
Yeah. Never bigger than the program,
I love
bro.
that
Like,
shit. I'm telling, we riding around.
Yeah,
I got him telling me addresses, where we going, we bagging shit up, and I'm telling him the whole time like, "This is fun. I love this shit, bro."
Yeah. That's authentic. It's original, bro.
Not too many people doing that, bro. It just shows, like he's saying, you're never bigger than the program, bro.
Exactly. And in tours, there's not a lot of people that, not everybody can do that either.
No,
so I'm trying to like show that, I can do that.
No, definitely. Talk to us a little more about the merch, bro. What's the vision for that? Are you planning to get, bigger and bigger drops, turn it into a full, line, everything like that?
Bro. I would love to.
That's what
I actually love clothes, like, and just doing the whole aspect of it, making it, printing it, doing the promotion for it, seeing people's reactions, selling it, pulling up, fucking counting money afterwards, counting money before. I'd love every aspect of it. So yeah, I would love to make that as big as it can be. I'm already trying to work on a new drop, but like Brody was telling me, because I had so much fun doing that, I'm like, fuck, we got to get another drop in. He's like, nigga, get in the studio. Motherfucker, get in the studio, go rap. You still a rapper. So I'm like,
yeah.
So funny.
Back to reality.
But, and that's like what sells it too. So everything go hand in hand.
Yeah. You have to water all the plants.
Water every single plant, bro. All my flowers.
For real.
I know that you guys were mentioning earlier. I know that we kind of backtracked with the content. You're talking about the Travis Kelce. Hey, I got to talk about that too.
No, that was crazy, bro. Like I said, that was crazy seeing somebody from
Stockton being praised by Travis Kelce, bro.
That shit was nuts. Shout out to Travis Kelce, man. Tap in, bro. Let's get shit.
I don't know. He's a little more white now. I'm just kidding.
But I told y'all before, I'm not in tune. Like, I'm not on social media and shit like that. Like, it looks like I am because I post and shit all the time, but I don't be. So I didn't even see it till like a long time later. And really my auntie, I don't even have a TikTok at the time. Like I probably had it, but I didn't have a post. I didn't have nothing up on it. And he posted it on TikTok. So I think my auntie sent it to me and was like, Travis Kelce posted you. And then I looked at it. I'm like, nigga, Travis Kelce ain't posted me. I'm like, it's a fake page. I put my phone down, bro. I didn't even acknowledge it because my auntie, I'm like, why are you telling me this? Nobody else told me this but you. So I'm like, I ain't even believe it. I didn't research it or nothing. Probably like a day passed. And my cousin is from Kansas City, Missouri. Shout out Buddha, that's my cousin. But he a diehard KC fan. And she, I think, called him. And he called me like, Andy said Travis Kelce posted you. And I'm like, man, that shit was fake. You feel me? And he's like, oh, for real? And then I checked it again and I look on his page. I'm like, nah, this really Travis Kelce. And I think I sent it to some people like, is this Travis Kelce? Like, he really posted my shit. And fucking, yeah, it was him, bro. That shit was tight.
This is wild.
That's dope, bro.
Did that real? Did that funnel into like, you know, all of your channels? Like what growth did you see from that moment?
If you want me to be 1,000%, bro, I could be wrong because I'm not behind the scenes looking at it, but I see it did a lot on TikTok for that song Blessed. I see Blessed went up a little bit. It still didn't hit no M. Like, I feel like that's a M worth song. A lot of my music I feel like be hits and that should be M's and shit, but that could just be me. But I feel like that shit started to go viral on TikTok and shit, and it should have been pushed hard. Like, and that's his old song. I probably dropped that 2 years before he posted it. And that just goes to show, you know, keep working. Something could pop later on down the line. Somebody gonna hear it. Even if it got 250,000 views, there's millions of people in the world. Even if it got 1 million views, there's still millions of people in the world that didn't hear it. And I tried to take advantage of it. I was with Thizzler at the time. And I think I called them like, bro, Travis Kelce posted my song. Y'all need to push this. Like, make this is going viral already. This nigga posting my song. And then not just him. If you go look at the users, NBA, NFL, MLB, a whole bunch of sports, college people, golfing, the Met Gala. I'm not a fashion dude, but I don't know what that is, but they're huge.
Shit, it was on
what, bro?
It was on mixtapes and shit, wasn't it?
Hell shit, bro. Everybody was posting it. And I'm saying in every page that Cowboys posted it, fucking the Eagles, like, I'm trying to tell them, like, let's piggyback off this. Let's but they made a post about it, but they didn't like do content like I think they should have did. You know, if you want me to be honest. Or I should have did, I guess. But I was with them at the time.
No, I feel that. Going from that, like, break it down, like working with Thizzler. How was that? How did that come about? And, you know, how was that experience?
They had just tapped in, offered me a little distribution deal. I worked with them. It was cool. They promoted the shit out of me. Like, I definitely gained a lot from it. And I think the biggest thing why I wanted to work with them, like where I was like, okay, I need to do this because juggling everything that I do. Like I said, I don't have a manager. I'm 25 now. I don't know how old I was, still young, still learning shit. It held me accountable to where they're like, okay, turn this song in, tape here, video this day. So like it just held me accountable to do music while I'm doing everything else. And that was the biggest plus I got from it. That and then some fans and the exposure. But I feel like Thizzler's NorCal based. I mean, that's facts. Every artist that goes there just stays in NorCal. I feel like some people do break out a little bit, but I didn't want to stay on there because I just didn't want to be stuck right there. I wanted to get everywhere else. That's how I feel.
Are you fully independent now?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Have you thought about working with other labels or anything, or are you thinking about just staying?
I'm definitely open to any opportunity. Holla at me and we can figure something out. I've had people offer me shit though. Like I had people offer me X amount of money for my catalog and songs. Some people try to cash me out for certain songs. Like here's some good money. Like here's this, but it's just nothing that I'm making money. Like I said, I make my own money, so it's nothing that's like okay. I'd rather just stay independent and grind it out and get my little monthly check. You feel me? Like instead of taking a bag and then when I spend it, I'm not getting no money from my music. You know? I see a lot of people take deals. A lot of artists on Instagram complaining about, oh, I can't drop or the label fucking me, this, that, and the third, and just shit that I don't understand. So I be trying to not get fucked over.
Yeah. No, because that's ultimately what it is. You know, you sell it away, and then when it's worth more, everybody comes screaming back like, they own my masters. And it's like, well, you signed the paperwork. But, you know, ultimately at the same time, you have to, like you said, you have to do your due diligence and like, no, like, shit, it's not worth it. Because realistically, it's not. If you put it into terms, like you're like, damn, I can make that lump sum in the next 2 years and then still make more.
Exactly.
On, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's not worth it. It sounds good and it'll probably be good while it lasts, but that shit gonna be gone. I done spent a lot of money. So
Yeah, sounds good in the short term, but shit, you could damn near get a loan and it'll be just as good.
exactly,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
people don't understand
Yeah.
that. So people be jumping on that shit, and a lot of people like, you know, to the people out there coming up or hot, and people are offering you shit like, you know, they don't really know nothing else. So like they see that first little bag, that first check or the first offer, and they take that, but you know, be in a fucked up position. But I would just hold off, salve it out, you know?
It's been crazy just to see like how, like, honestly, these guys have been like rocking with you for hell long. Everybody's been, you know, rocking with you for hell long and stuff like that.
Ghazi was a
Yeah.
daily slap for me. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, man, that's dope.
Banger,
And I
you
did that
Ghazi
trying
on
to
the
get
desert.
I was trying to get Ghazi's attention with that. I would love to do some shit with Empire because you can stay independent.
Yeah.
No,
You know,
for sure.
From my understanding, I'm not like all the way in it, but I know they're an independent record label, so you can stay independent and still be with them. So that'd be dope.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that song. Bro,
Being-
tell your baby daddy gets his
Fully
rights.
being,
Straight
No,
up.
that shit fire. I ain't gonna lie. I love that song.
being fully independent is the way to go.
But
No,
yeah,
it's-
bro, it's been crazy just having you here, man. It's
Yeah.
been-
Right, I
No, we
appreciate
appreciate
that.
you
I
pulling
appreciate
up,
it
bro.
all. Y'all make it
Yeah.
easy for me.
No, yeah,
You know?
that's the, like, you know, the experience that we want to create for people that pull up on us and stuff. It's just, you know, just chopping it up with the boys, like, you know.
No, facts. That's what it feel like. We in the garage, we in the
Yeah,
backyard,
yes,
kicking
sir.
it, drinking.
Yeah,
And,
exactly,
we chilling.
Exactly. And
Nah.
that's the type of, you know, energy we will give off, you know. So.
For real. Nah, bro, but before we get you out of here, I want to ask, bro, what's one piece of advice that you want to give to, you know, supporters, people out there that want to chase the same thing, or just anything that, you know, you hold tight to yourself but can stick with others?
Yeah.
A hard question, but like off the top of my head, I don't want to repeat myself, but I would say, bro, create a better you and everything else will get better. Invest into yourself. Get yourself right before you try to do anything else. Definitely stay consistent. And anytime I talk or speak about something, I speak from experience. Not he say, she say. It's from like I did it, or either like I fucked up or it worked for me. But like be consistent, create a better you. And don't waste time, because like I said earlier, you'll blink and that shit'll pass by. 10x everything you're doing, but at the same time, it's chess, not checkers, and calculate every move. And even when you calculate that move, still look at all the other things, all the other pieces on the board, because shit happens, bro. That is like my fucking. I don't know how many times I say that a month. Like something always happens. So be prepared.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's
Gotta
not-
roll with the punches.
Yeah, and it's not gonna be easy. Like whatever you chasing, it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard. So get in the gym and get your discipline through the roof, so that you can get through them hurdles. Like you can get knocked down and keep going. So
No, bro.
and that goes back to create a better you.
Yeah. No, bro, definitely. And we appreciate you coming, bro. Let the people know where to find you.
Instagram, KeepItPeezy24_7. TikTok, KeepItPeezy_, and just KeepItPeezy on YouTube. C.F.R.M. Can't fake real motion. Look it up, you'll find me. But appreciate y'all for having me.
No,
Appreciate
definitely,
you.
bro.
There you
Yes,
have it,
sir.
folks.
If you guys haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, and pull up again next week. We fuck with y'all, and we're out of here.